If you want to work out the average speed, we do the distance divided by the time. There's the master formula. Speed is measured in miles per hour, mph, kilometers per hour, kmph, or meters per second. Normally, we don't write meters per second like that. We write meters per second like that. Time is normally measured in hours or fractions of an hour. So quick question, Fizza. So in the question they had 30 minutes. What would you use for the time value? Remember, the time should be in hours, but they gave you minutes, 30 minutes. Into how many hours would that be? Oh, give me a fraction. Half an hour. Excellent, lovely. Now, distance is normally measured in, it could be miles, kilometers, meters, normally in those kind of units. Have you written all this down? Haseeb?
Yeah.
I mean, Haseeb, do we have? I asked Haseeb and everybody else answered, and he hasn't actually written it down. So let's go and grab some questions and see what it's all about.
Is that how big it's supposed to be?
That's fine. So these questions are to do with time. Copy. Okay, we don't need to keep on saying that. Just learn SDT, okay? So here's some questions over here on which are copied from the right question. Let's try question number 3. Huzaifa, question number 3. Read question number 3 to me, please.
25 miles.
Start read from here.
Find the time taken to travel 25 miles at an average speed of 5 miles per hour.
So time is equal to, we don't know. Iman, what's the distance?
The distance is 29 times.
And what is the speed, Haseeb?
5 times 820.
5 miles per hour. Okay, now what we do, when we're using the formula triangle to help us, we cover up the time with our finger because we want to work out the time. So that's our little finger covering it. So according to the formula triangle, let's have Huzaifa, what's time equal to? Is equal to distance.
Distance divided by speed.
So there will be 25 divided by the speed, which will give us 5 hours. That's the first question done. So we state the values, we take the values from the question and write down what the values are. So the bit that was missing for us was this bit here. We don't know what this bit is, which we worked out. So that's the modeling for the time question. Okay, right. So I'm going to give you guys some questions to try for me now, please. So question number 3 is done. Try question number 5 and question number 7. And I'm going to put an extension question on there. Okay, let's while you guys do that, I will just quickly pause this. Okay, let's have a look at question number 5. Question number 5. Question number 5 says the distance is 90 and the speed is 30. So the time we need to work out. The distance is 90 miles and the speed is 30 miles per hour. So according to our formula, time equals distance over speed. Time equals distance over speed, which equals 90 over 30, which gives us 3 hours. That's number 5 done. Okay, number 7. Number 7, we have time. We don't know the distance. The distance is, what is it, 200? 200 miles. And the speed is 50 miles per hour. Okay, focus on the recap. Yeah. Time equals distance over speed. 200 divided by 50 which gives us how many hours of Huzaifa?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, now let's have a look at the new extended questions. Question number 8. Question number 8, the time is equal to the distance divided by the speed. So the distance and the speed, we have 400 divided by 600. So if I divide that by 200, I get 2. Or that by 200, I get 3. So the time is 2/3 of an hour. Or we could say that is equivalent to how many minutes? 40 minutes. So this vehicle is traveling very fast. It will cover the distance in less than an hour in 40 minutes. So that is the proper answer, and that is its equivalent answer. Question number 9. So question number 9, Huzaifa, can you this one for us? Time equals distance divided by speed. The distance is 1200. The speed is 3600. And that will give us what?
So then we divide
Everything by 1200
we get 1/3
of an hour,
of an hour.
which is same as.
20 minutes.
Okay, excellent. See, baby, got that down. Have you marked all those? Have you got them all correct? Or is it just your smiley face that we're supposed to look at? Okay, let's move on to the next one. So whenever we're looking at time, we have to rearrange the formula to distance over speed. We just look at the triangle that helps us. Now the next question, let's grab the next set of questions. Those time questions. Let's have a look at questions that involve. Okay, let's have a go at question number 10 first. Question number 10. Let's have Ibrahim. How do you do this one?
Find the time to travel 10 miles at 2 miles per hour.
So distance is 10. The speed is 4. What's 10 divided by 4? 2.5. And they said they want the answer, it tells you here, they want the answer in, where's it gone? In hours and minutes. So 2.5 hours is the pure answer, but that's not how they want the answer.
2 hours.
I asked you to move over there earlier.
2 hours.
Okay, so going back to you, Ibrahim,
2 hours
2 hours
30 minutes.
and 30 minutes. If they ask you for the answer like that, then you stop at your pure answer and convert it into the format that they want. But normally, we don't normally use points of an hour. 2.5 hours is just the pure answer without us interpreting it. So 2 hours, 30 minutes is a much more usable, understandable answer. If you say to somebody, oh, I'm coming to your house in 2.2 hours, they'll be confused. Okay, so what's 0.2 of an hour? Then that's how working maths out. If you told me you're coming down in 2 hours and 12 minutes, that's two different things. Okay, lovely.
Something a teacher would do.
Yeah, just to confuse everybody.
Extra math.
Right, next question, we look at distances. Copy. Ready? Right now, you need to move over there. Speed, distance, and time. And then these question here, Huzaifa, what are we trying to work out? The distance. We cover the distance with our finger. And the distance is telling us to work out the distance. What do we do, Huzaifa?
We do the speed times the time.
Speed times by the time. So the distance, let's get this down. Are you guys making notes on this? Distance equals speed time by time. So we look at number 14. You have a speed of 2 miles per hour. You have a time of 4 hours. So the distance is equal to 2 times by 4, which gives us. So if you're traveling 2 miles per hour, doing that for 4 hours, you'll cover 8 miles. That will be your formula. So whenever you're working out distance, you do speed time by time according to SDT. You can actually use the original formula as well and rearrange it. Does anybody know the pure way of doing it? speed equals distance divided by time. If you want to work out distance, opposite divide by t is. So this is us using the formula like proper mathematicians. So we can say the distance is equal to the speed time by the time. It's the same thing, but here we've actually worked it out rather than using triangle. The triangle is a little bit of a lazy way of doing it. This is how you're supposed to do it in reality. Know the original formula and manipulate the formula, like when you're solving equations, opposite times is dividing and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so for you guys, some questions to do. Question number 16 and number 18, go. Okay, Umama, can you join me on question number 16, please?
So if you know average speed is 8 miles per hour and time is 3 hours. So we know that the speed is 8 miles per hour and the time is 3 hours. We don't know the distance. The distance is equal to speed times time, which is equal to 8 times 3, which is 24 hours.
20, no, not 24 hours, but 24 miles.
Oh, 24 miles,
If you're
sorry.
doing distance, yeah. Thank you for that, that's lovely. Okay, question number 18, let's have Aisha join me, please.
So speed is 40 miles per hour.
Speed is 50.
50 miles per hour. And the time is 1.5 hours. So
Okay, I'm writing a bit big, so I'm actually going across the middle of, when you do yours, please write it small and fit it on the half side, yeah? Don't take extra space like I am. This is, I write too big.
don't know the distance, and to work out the distance you do speed times time.
So distance equals speed time by time, which you can work out by rearranging this formula, the original formula. Right, let me just quickly copy that one out. So we can grab that one, copy, paste. And what's the answer going to be? It'll be 50 times by 1.5. What's 50 times by 1.5? Back to you, Aisha. 50 times by 1.5 is?
Would it be 30 hours?
50 times by 1 is 50, and 50 times by 1/2 is 25. So it gives you an answer of
25 minutes.
So don't get worried about the fractions. You know how to deal with fractions. Yeah? 50 times by 1 and then 50 times by 1/2 and add them together. Okay, so we've had a go out so far working out the time, working out the distance. Now we're going to be working out the actual speed. For the speed, I think we should grab something from the table. This is all these questions on speed. Copy. So for these questions here, let's have a go at, let's do the question number 29. Hasib can do question number 29. Whoever's clicking the pen can do question number 29. Iman, you can do it. You're so happy clicking the pen, making noise. Question number 29. So they're giving us the distance and they're giving us the time and the speed we don't know. So speed is equal to distance divided by time. That's our formula. So the speed is 40. What's the speed then?
The speed is 40
miles per hour. Okay, your question now, everybody. Have a go for me, please, on question number 27 and question number 30. Off we go. So now we're actually working out speed using the original formula for speed. Speed equals distance divided by time. So for each one, write down the formula. Are we allowed to use calculators? No, you shouldn't actually need to use calculators.
So we know that the distance.
Go on. Question number 27.
So we know that the distance is 56 miles and the time is 8 hours. So we do speed equals distance over time, which is 56 divided by 8, which is 7 miles per hour.
Lovely. Okay. Next question is number 30. Thank you for that. Let's have Fizza.
Okay, number 30 is
The distance is,
the distance is 200.
and what's the time?
4,
So 200 divided by 4 is,
50,
so the speed is,
50 miles per hour.
okay. The next one, Ibrahim, is yours. The extension question. The speed is,
The speed is, we don't know, but we know the distance of
the speed we don't know. You don't know the speed. The speed is, so the distance is,
the distance is 100 miles,
it's 100 miles, and the time is,
8 hours.
so how do we work that out? What's 100 divided by 8? 12.5 or 12 and a half. 12.5 as the speed is perfectly fine. Finished.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Okay, give me a second. Okay, lovely.